Let's bring in Buck Sexton, who is sitting next to us, former analyst with the Intelligence Division of NYPD, basically a CIA officer brought in to work with the NYPD. What strikes you as this morning that's new information? I mean, obviously they've got this guy. The guy was found dead. But anything going through your mind with your experience that we might not pick up on?
I really wonder what it was about the devices, because we keep hearing that. Yes, there was cell phone geolocation brought to bear here, surveillance camera footage from FedEx. Seems quite clear that this bomber's decision to involve FedEx in any capacity because of the additional security procedures and surveillance that allowed for was the difference maker here. But there's also been reporting about the specifics of the bomb. Was there something in it in terms of the components? I know we've heard about nails. That's used for pipe bombs, for suicide vests, for shrapnel effect. That's a straightforward tactic that people would use to maximize casualties and carnage. But what was the actual explosive? Was it tannerite? Was it TATP? Was it a black powder-based device? That may have also been a similarity that they saw through the various bombs, exploded and unexploded, that might have brought this all together.
And, Buck, a lot of this stuff can be for two uses. You know, you can use fertilizer for your lawn, and you can use fertilizer for a bomb. So I'm wondering, as these investigators are looking at receipts to find out what he was buying, in order to maybe wonder if they were tracking the right guy, I'm wondering if we find that out pretty soon. The other thing I think is interesting is the first 3 bombs were delivered via a commercial vehicle onto doorsteps. And then we know 2 people lost their lives. The next one was a tripwire. And then the next one, we don't know why it exploded on the span at FedEx. So as this happened, I'm wondering, do you have these bombs made and you decide what to do with them, or is that something that could be done quickly?
Well, it seems like there was an evolution of his tactics. He may have been looking for ways to be able to bring about more carnage and be less likely to be caught. And so setting up tripwire devices, for example, if he did that in areas where he had already done some reconnaissance of the target, understanding what would be around there, he might have known, okay, well, I won't get caught in a surveillance camera here. This would be a place where I could set that up. Whereas putting packages in the delivery service, for example, I'll have to see, and we'll get more from law enforcement about what information you would have to give in order to hand off that package. Are these drop boxes? Were there clerks involved in this? At FedEx, we found out that I believe it was dropped. There was no one there, but there was still a surveillance camera operating. So as he goes through, or as he was going through this process of trying to create maximum terror, he may have decided to take an all-of-the-above approach with his bomb making, see what works the best, and then hone in. I think we've been assuming that it was, well, he's doing this to show how skilled he is. He might have been trying different things out to figure out what actually would be the main method of attack.
You know, the dates, if you look at them, it was like labor pains. They were getting closer and closer together. Do you think he was making the bomb, watching it explode, listening to the news coverage, then making another bomb, then doing it again and again and again? Or do you think he made them all in the beginning?
I would guess that he would have had many of the components together for these bombs. He, for obvious reasons, would want to avoid taking the final step of arming them and having a large quantity of those in his home. Sure, we're going to be finding out here relatively soon what exactly he had for those bombs, and that will affect whether or not he would want to prepare them before. And some are much more stable than others.